All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 319! 319!
Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Hurry up, here we go.
On 2nd down, Darnold. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he's got a moonwalk. And here a juke. And now running right through it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
4 down, 4 down. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now a handoff to Crowell. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Set. Green 39.
Here's again to Crowell. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
And Myers able to knock it through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Bridgewater on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 46. They begin with a run by Crowell. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
All right, now, look at 56.
Maybe not so much in the
56.
second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
All right, now, look at 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Darnold. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And now out come the Patriots. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Michelle. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 19 and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Leonard Williams in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Michelle. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd down, Bridgewater. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Leonard Williams in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the gun, Bridgewater. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about How much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
A first down carry now for Crowell. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Now it's Darnold. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The punt team on now as this one's sent away. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. A give. This is Michelle. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Jets have recovered. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Blue 90. Blue 90. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Crowell. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Darnold now to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Off of play action, Darnold. A little dump off for Crowell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. You're just going to pick up a holding call.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. They'll give Crowell another crack. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a solid pickup, 8 yards, but work still to do now on 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Crowell, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And some room to roam now. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Jordan Jenkins in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Bridgewater. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. And the Jets set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
This is Crowell. And he'll be taken down at the 18. The safety, Patrick Chung, is the one who makes the stop. A final shot before the break. Darnold letting one go deep for a noon walk. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Bridgewater now on second down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Here's Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they're going to set up. Shop at the 27-yard line. A handoff right left. Corral. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On second down, Darnold. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Anunwa, the intended target.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The first throw for the backup, Davis Webb. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. It got his man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 66 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Now White. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Michel on an island by himself in the backfield. Second and goal. They'll run forward with Bo Scarborough. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are an extra point away from going out in front. Gostkowski the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now. 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
From the 50, it's Darnold. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 53 spot. 53. Check 53.
Now Darnold. Newell's got it. Complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run with Crowell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Jerron Harmon makes the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Play action. It's Darnold. That is complete to Tomlinson. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Crowell. And he stopped immediately there. The tackle made by Derek Rivers. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The Jets on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Now it's Crowell, and he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And Myers able to knock it through. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
So the Patriots coming out now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll start things on 1st down with Bo Scarborough. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now let's go.
On 2nd down, Webb. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
From the gun on 3rd down. Webb, a dump off now to Hill. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a carry for White. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
This is Scarborough, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
New England on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Webb now from the gun. And he fires one, but incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And New York set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Hey. 4 down. Hey, check 24. Watch it now, Barney.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. The pitch to Crowell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Again, it's Crowell. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Set! Blue 90!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. The Patriots offense now. They work their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
No. Check. Patriot.
They stay on the ground with White. Had the nifty footwork, but only able to get it to his own 20. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Good. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
He's back to throw. And able to find Dorsett. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. First down now, but that clock rolling. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
Allen's got it over the middle. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Webb now 5 of 6. Very accurate since taking over. And he's got his guys a first down.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target. And it's 2nd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
On 3rd down. That's White. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jets have recovered.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Crowell. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about write a finish to this one. Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game, What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
loved
did.
the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Jets, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in